Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Loud House. Keys to the game and final score, brought to you exclusively by the Loud House. We just wrapped up another show of the Loud House. Make sure you check it out on iTunes. Download it right here in this link. You should be able to see the link above and below. Make sure you check out the Loud House on Live 365. A lot of different ways you can get to the show. But what a crazy week it was this week as the Washington Redskins fall to the San Francisco 49ers 17-13. And then we found out Tuesday evening, Robert Griffin III is no longer the starting quarterback. He'll be the backup this week. Are you serious? Where did this come from? I'm sure none of you are that surprised, but you know I'm the biggest RG3 supporter, and he hasn't played that well. He's been really inconsistent. But make sure you listen to the show this week. I give a nice long segment as to why I think Robert hasn't been successful. But that's not why we're doing this video. We're doing this video because we're staying focused on the Indianapolis Colts, who the Washington Redskins will face this week. And that brings me to the keys for the game for success for the Washington Redskins to beat the Indianapolis Colts. The keys this week. Number one key, quite frankly, do what we did last week and stick with the running game. Alfred Morris had 21 carries for 125 yards and a touchdown last week against a San Francisco 49ers defense that is a lot better than what they'll be facing this week in Indianapolis. Teams that have reached 25 carries or more have averaged 148 yards against the Indianapolis Colts this season. So the Washington Redskins have to make sure they stay committed to the run this week. That's a key to success to beating this Colts defense. I take you back to the New England Patriots when they pasted this same Colts team a couple weeks ago, 42-20. Jonas Gray carried the ball 32 times for 131 yards. The Redskins have to have the same philosophy with Alfred Morris this week and stick with the run. My second key to the game this week, shut down the Colts running game. The Colts ran the ball well last week with Herron, but sticking with what the New England Patriots were able to do to the Indianapolis Colts a couple weeks ago, holding this team to 16 carries for 19 yards for the game. That's going to be huge for this Washington Redskins defense. It'll puts all the pressure on Andrew Luck. Not that that's any better. Luck, this guy's He's a football god almost right now, especially in Indianapolis. The Washington Redskins are going to have to make sure they put everything on his shoulders and make sure he has to throw the football. Then they'll give the Redskins opportunity to, of course, do what we did last week in San Francisco and capture some turnovers and make the Colts make mistakes. My third key to the game, quite simply, make Luck suck this week. That's right. Make Luck garbage. The Washington Redskins have the 10th best defense in the NFL overall, allowing 331 yards a game. The 8th best pass defense, allowing 230 yards a game. But for some reason, opposing quarterbacks still have a great game against the Washington Redskins, throwing for 21 touchdowns this year and have an average QB rating of 103.5 against this Washington Redskins team. That's the reason why they have to this week make sure they stay consistent and shutting down Luck. Don't let him have a great day. Make Luck suck. My final key to the game this week, no turnovers. The Washington Redskins did a great job last week of shutting down and not turning the ball over against the San Francisco 49ers. They did have one turnover, a fumble by Robert Griffin III late in the game. One turnover against the Dallas Cowboys for Colt McCoy, that interception, almost a costly interception at the end of the half. But I think Colt McCoy should have a little more success this week. And if they can manage to not turn the ball over, I think things will go a lot easier for this Washington Redskins team, particularly on offense. My final score this week, I'm picking the Redskins to win. Redskins 23, Colts 17. I think Colt McCoy will beat the Colts and have a lot of success. As always, make sure you like the Loud House on Facebook, TheLoudHouse. Follow us on Twitter at In The Loud House. I'm Chris Dowdell. You are in the Loud House.